Hello YouTube. I'm going to show you guys how to very quickly and easily make a base system for tracks on kayaks. This right here is all made of PVC with the exception of the brass bolt and a piece of aluminum. And this screws right down on the tracks perfectly on the tracks for kayaks. So I picked up the PVC parts at Lowe's for this, but I went over to Ace Hardware to get some more pieces so I could show you guys how to put one together, and I actually found some stuff that was a lot less complicated. All it is 3 pieces. You have a 1-inch cap, 1-inch coupling, and a 1-inch to 1-inch to half reducer, because I use a 1/2-inch PVC pipe to hold my camera mounts. So all you have to do is glue these together like that. Once you have your bolt already put through there. Now your bolt, I get the bolts from Lowe's or Home Depot, the toilet-based bolts, the brass ones. They come in a package of 2. That's what they look like right there. And then I cut it down to size. Get a little piece of aluminum, and I'll show you what the aluminum's from. Alright, so you can get lots of aluminum strips from Home Depot or Lowe's. Ace Hardware probably even has them. These, if I'm not mistaken, are aluminum strips off of medical braces for arms mostly. And whenever I come across them, I just cut them out of the medical brace, and I throw them off in a 5-gallon bucket in the corner of the barn. And then lo and behold, I needed one. So super easy. All you have to do is measure about how long you want it. The main thing is when you turn to tighten up your base, you don't want it to slip through the track. You want it long enough that it'll hang and be able to tighten up. So just cut it however long you want it around the corners, and then I take a drill bit just slightly smaller than this bolt, and then with a little bit of care, make sure it's straight. You can just kind of work it on there, work it into this aluminum. That brass will cut into that aluminum. Just go slow with it, back it off, tighten it back up, back and forth, until you eventually get it all the way through, and it's almost like tapping, or it is tapping the aluminum, and it'll thread right on. After you do that, once you get it all threaded, get you some Gorilla 2-part epoxy, mix it up. I screwed the aluminum base down where the threads were exposed. I wiped the epoxy on the threads, then I backed the aluminum base back up to the flush with the bolt. And then I added some more on the other side for good measure. All right? So then you've got your nut. Another good thing, I saw this on YouTube, another guy was doing the same thing with these toilet bases. They come with a pretty nice nut on here, something that the epoxy can grab. So what you're going to do is you're going to drill a hole that's just the right size where this will easily slip right inside the center. And then what you're going to do is you're going to thread your nut on there, and it's going to set right in there, right inside the base. Okay? And you're going to pour epoxy all around that, mix it up, and then let it set for 24 hours. And I'll show you how to do that right now. Okay, so I've measured this. It's 1.5 inches. So 3/4 is dead center. There's already a seam through here that gives me one of my centers, and then all I had to do is figure out the half going the other direction on the other axis. Okay, definitely don't want to hold that because it got hotter than blazes. Okay, So we have our little bolt hole right there. I'm going to take my other bolt. I'm going to run it up through here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to screw this down to where it's just flush or just past flush. Right about there. I better keep it pretty flush. You definitely don't want it where there's a pocket, just in case you get any epoxy in there. You don't want the epoxy seizing up on this bolt because you're going to pull this bolt out. Okay, so that's what's going to happen there. You're going to pull this down, and then I'm going to mix up. Actually, I'm not even going to mix it. I'm going to do like the other guy on the other YouTube channel, and just pour the 2-part epoxy in there, and I'm going to mix it up inside this cup here. Well, I don't mind telling you, my fingers hurt like hell. Where I tried to stop this PVC pipe when it was spinning on that drill press. You just don't want to do that. Those RPMs, spinning that thing around, build up that friction pretty darn quick. All right. There we go. Then I'll get a stir stick and I'll stir that 2-part epoxy up. Okay, now I'm just going to stir this around. Trying to make sure we don't get it on that bolt. Well, here comes my daughter complaining about something. Yes, dear.
I can't do this anymore.
Oh, you can't. Well, I told you to do it in the evening or early mornings, because
No, that's not the problem. I grabbed a freaking snake.
Okay, well, don't grab snakes.
Well, I didn't see it.
Well, if it's up on the roof, it's probably going to be non-poisonous anyways.
Well, it was in the gutter.
Uh-huh.
I guess it was like under the leaves, so I went to grab it.
Yeah.
And I grabbed the snake and I threw it off.
Well, that's good. You got it off the roof anyways.
Really?
You know what kind it was?
It was black and had a big green stripe.
Yeah, just a gardener snake.
It was huge though.
Did you finish the gutters?
No? Because I freaking grabbed a snake.
Oh, I see.
Dad, did you not hear me scream?
No, I didn't hear you scream. Okay, well, enough of that. That's good and mixed. So we're just going to let that set like that. Give that 24 hours. And then what we'll be able to do is glue the coupling on there and then the reducer. Slap our pipe on there. And then we can mount another action camera mount for the kayak. Anyways, I'm going to take you out there while this sets up and dries for 24 hours. I'm going to run you on out to the kayak for this one that I've already built and show you how it mounts on there, how easy it screws on and comes off. So here's your little device to keep the snakes at bay.
Oh my god.
All right, this will claw the debris out of the gutter without you having to grab snakes. Awesome catch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, here's my brand new Vibe Sea Ghost. So you can see the track mount right there, and this just slides right on there, just as pretty as can be. Turn it around, tighten it up like that. Once it's snugged down, then you can adjust your action camera however you need to get all the action.